I don't know what's going on with this laptop, people. Apologies that I'm late. Laptop wants to just start being slow all of a sudden. And yeah, but I big up everyone that's waiting. I am obviously here for Premier League predictions, game week 25, plus the rescheduled games during the midweek, and then the League Cup final prediction. I just thought I'd all do it in one. Obviously, the rescheduled games, I was always going to do that alongside these, but also the League Cup final, two teams in the Premier League. Might as well just do it now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, people, let's go through some comments. Like I said, apologies, I'm late. This laptop's wanted to start moving like Per Mertesacker, slow. So yeah, Late Boys TV, yeah, big up yourself. Blue Terrier, obviously said the laptop was moving like Mertesacker. Lewis says, evening tea, hope you're all okay. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks, mate. I hope you're well. Big up Blue Terrier as well. He says, big up Tyler, how you doing? I'm all right, thanks, mate. What about yourself? Big up Chris as well. He says, evening, mate. Hope you are well. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Hope you're well. Big up Manish. Hopefully I said your name right. I know you comment. You're like the first person to comment after like a minute of me uploading championship predictions and that sometimes. So big up yourself. Hopefully I did say you know right. Yeah, evening to you as well, mate. Blue Terror says he's good, thanks. That is good. Lewis says he's okay under the circumstances. Obviously, I know what he's on about. But yeah, that's good to see. It's good to see there. Yeah, you're right with my name. There we go. My pronunciations are decent then. Evening, big up Ty, big up yourself, Stephen, mate. So yeah, there you go. But let's get into it. Yeah, lagging. Yeah, this laptop. I've barely got anything on it, and it just moves slower than Per Mertesacker. Real talk. But anyway, first game is tomorrow night. Hence why we're doing it tonight on a Thursday, and that is obviously Fulham versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, obviously, Fulham doing very well this season, as we know. The 7-0 defeat Luton took towards the end of last season doesn't look that bad now. Fulham obviously sits sixth. If they do win this game, they would they remain in fifth, unless they get some mental goal difference, which you can't see. They're taking on Wolves, who had a disappointing result. You know, their last time out, very disappointing result, lost to Bournemouth. I thought they were going to win that game. And it's not a lot that I back Wolves to get a win this season. You know, Fulham under the lights, Craven Cottage, they tend to do well. Obviously, I did do a watch along on one of their games where they did take on Chelsea. Obviously, under the lights, beat them 2-1, the first win against Chelsea in years as well, I think it was. I do think, obviously, Wolves need the points, you know, more, of course, but Fulham have a good chance to get European football. I reckon it's going to be a tight one, but I do reckon Fulham keep up this run of how well they've played this season. I'm going to go over Fulham 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 in this one. Let's go through your comments and your predictions. Chris says 1-0 to Fulham. Yep, same as me. Manish says 2-0 to Fulham. Fair enough. Kenny says, what a win, what an atmosphere. Yeah, it's a brilliant game. I can't lie, you guys are back. I was messaging one of my mates who is a United fan in my area. And before anyone goes, Brett's from London, he actually has gone to Old Trafford quite a lot, to be fair. I'm not even going to lie. And yeah, he was like, about time. I remember when Liverpool were doing so well in Champions League, which ain't obviously now, is it? We used to watch all the games together. I actually ended up watching the Barcelona game with him, the second leg. Well, even the first leg as well. I remember sitting here going, oh my God, we're out. Do you know what I mean? But obviously we know what happened there. The rest is history. But yeah, man, you know, they're just so good now. I can't lie. So I don't really like to admit it, but I'm not one of the, I'm just not one of these knobheads. But banter. Give it a rest. Seriously. What an atmosphere. Yep, the atmosphere sounded great from you guys from the start of the game. I can't lie. I watched the whole game. I just chilled and watched it by myself, to be honest with you. Stephen says Fulham 2-1. Yeah, fair enough. That would have been my other prediction, to be fair, if I didn't say 1-0. Do you do Super Brew? No, I'm not sure what you mean by that, mate. I don't think so. Let me know. Big up British chap in the chat as well, or Daniel Reed, obviously with the little, do you know what I mean? He used to use that emoji all the time. Bruno, bastard. Oh, dear. I want Feyenoord tomorrow. Yeah, the draw's tomorrow, isn't it? Is it the Champions League draw tomorrow as well? Or is it just Europa League? It should be all of them, isn't it? Because it usually is. Football prediction app on app and internet. I'm just on worldfootball.net, and shout out to Kenny. Kenny was the one who actually told me about this. So yeah, man, I use it for Premier League, use it for Championship. Yeah, I'll just use it for them too, because they're the only two leagues I predict, of course, and obviously cup competitions, but they don't do them on here. Well, they do, but you can't predict them like this. So yeah, but yeah, moving on to the next game, which isn't Newcastle, because obviously they are playing in the Carabao Cup final. So obviously I'll just put a little PP over that. So yeah, moving on to the next game, Goodison Park, blue side of Merseyside, shit side. Everton, can I even say that? Everton taking on Villa. Everton, obviously, with a 100% win record since Dyche has come in at Everton, at home. They're taking on Villa, who, like I said, they haven't been too convincing for me under Emery. They've been very hit and miss. I'm not going to lie. I did think last week was the week where Everton would get a draw, which would still be an all right result against Leeds. But they did end up winning at 1-0, and it was annoying because I just said 1-0 if I didn't go over 1-1. Villa, yeah, they're still not all that for me, Villa. I reckon this one is going to be a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go with Everton to get another 1-1 draw in this one. Let's go through your comments. Looks like my last game may be Swansea G, praying for a cracker. Yeah, I'm hoping to do that with my dad and a lot of people. So yeah, man. Yeah, let me know if that is your last game, because I will try my best to go to that then, so we can get something done on the channel, man. 100%. Everton 1-1, 1-1. Yeah, a lot of people saying 1-1. That's exactly what I think about this one. Moving on to the next game, massive game at the bottom. There's quite a few massive games, for bottom teams at the bottom this weekend, and this is one of them. Obviously, these two are, the bottom two. Obviously, Leeds sit 19th, 19 points. Funny enough, Southampton sit 20th, 18 points. Southampton obviously getting a massive win against Chelsea, which I was surprised about. I knew it'd be a close game, but I just didn't expect Chelsea to lose. Obviously, a lot of people wouldn't have. I knew Southampton, quite disrespectful to Nathan Jones, to be honest with you, in my opinion. The fans, they didn't even give him a chance when he come into the club. They're already, just slating him, not even giving him a chance. I thought it was very disrespectful when he left. They didn't even, on the message, they didn't even wish him, all the best, like people usually say in messages. It's disgrace for me. They're still going to go down, in my opinion. I did say at the start of the season they'll just survive, so I knew they'd be in this battle going into this season. I just thought it was a matter of time before they'd be in the battles. They're taking on Leeds, another team who I said would be in there. I think I actually did say Leeds to get relegated. I think I said they'd finish top bottom out of the teams that get relegated. I'm pretty sure I said that. This one, I reckon this is going to be a cracker. Obviously, Leeds have appointed a new manager. I don't really know too much about him. Southampton, I don't even know what's going on with their managerial situation. How do I see this one going? Again, I see this being another draw, but this one I see it being goals. Leeds tend to have a lot of goals at home in their games this season, especially against teams, around that position. Obviously, not too long ago, they had a massive 2-2 draw against West Ham, and I could see something like that again. If someone does win, I do think it will be Leeds, but I'm going to go over 2-2. I'm going to go over 2-2 in this one. I'm going to go goals galore. Your predictions for this? Stephen's gone 1-1. I think that might be for Everton, though. Yeah, it is, because then he's put Dole 0-0. Fair enough. I mean, a few people have said 0-0. I was like, I just think this might be goals. 2-0 leads. Yeah, fair enough, Manish. Chris has gone 1-0 leads, fair enough. Says Gracia. I don't know how to say his name, I'll be real. Done well. He done well at them, did he? Well, I mean, fair play if he done well at them, because it's rare. You know, you don't really get given a chance, do you? Don't matter about doing well at Watford. Could win quadruple and still get sacked. Yeah, exactly. Like Southampton at the moment, way he presents himself to the snobby media. Fair enough. But yeah, I'm going to go for 2-2 in this one. Moving on to the next game, Leicester City versus Arsenal. Now, obviously, Leicester took that defeat to United. In the first half, I thought they were good. They just needed to take their chances, which they didn't end up doing. United eventually come out and, you know, took their chances. Similar to today, actually, you could say, of United's performance. First half, they weren't so great, you know, and then they got into it and took their chances. So, you know, it was like that. Leicester, don't take your chances, especially at that level. You get punished. Taking on Arsenal, obviously top of the league. What a crazy game that was against Aston Villa. Funny thing is, I was debating still watch along as well. Didn't in the end, obviously. This one, I think Leicester will put up a really good game, but I just think Arsenal, they need to win really. You know, just to keep it going, really, keep the momentum going. You know, it's one of them. Score prediction, I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Arsenal. I can maybe see Leicester scoring, but I'm going to go 2-0. Your score predictions for this one. 2-1 Arsenal. Fair enough, Manish. 3-1 Arsenal, says Chris. That would be probably the second prediction I'd have went with in that sense, to be honest. Brad's in here. Big up to Brad. He says 1-0 to Fulham against Wolves, same as me. Big up Lewis with the super chat, my G. Oh, yeah. And actually, that's reminded me, I got paid again from YouTube last night. So, yeah, big up. That's you guys sending in your super chats, watching the streams, you know, interacting, all of that. So, yeah, big up to yourselves for that, man, because that's actually helped with, you know, getting better stuff for YouTube as well. And, yeah, stuff like that. So, big up to yourselves, man. I was gassed. Trust me. I literally just went on my bank just to see because, you know, 23rd is usually when it happens. Went on it, bosh. I was loving it. So, yeah, big up to yourselves. But, yeah, Lewis's super chat says, hi, mate, sending this just to say thank you for everything once, as always. Again, bro, here for you always. Thank you for everything. Yes, go to you, mate. Obviously, you're going through a bit of a hard time. So, yeah, man, big up to yourself as well. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Always appreciated. And like you lot know, always goes back into the channel. So yeah, man. Brad says Everton 2, Aston Villa 3. Jeez, he's gone goals galore in that one. Foxes smash and grab 1-0. Imagine that. Brad's put in all his predictions. I won't read all of them just yet. I'll do it while we get to each game. But he's gone Leeds 1-1, which fair enough. I've gone 2-2, 3-1 Arsenal, and then after that I'll go back to his Brad, calm the fuck. Yeah, he loves to do that. So yeah, moving on to the next game, which is another massive game for one of the teams near the bottom, and that is West Ham, or in the bottom, should I say. You know, just above relegation right now. They're taking on Nottingham Forest. I've heard if West Ham lose this, Moyes will go. But you know what it's like. You've seen this loads of times with managers. You know, even the Everton game when West Ham played them, whoever lost that, their manager was to go. Obviously, Lampard did. I reckon West Ham will just get a shit house like a 1-0, you know, just because, you know, the pressure's on Moyes and they'll just get a 1-0. I can see it being something like that. And Chris has gone with the same, so I'm guessing, you know, he can see something similar with how West Ham play in this one. And, you know, they need to win. They need to win really. Forest, you know, well, away from Forest is still the if I'd feel confident they could get some sort of result. But I just think with the situation, like, they could get something, but I just think with West Ham, you know, I could just see them shitting out their way to a 1-0 or something. I really could. Your predictions, Brad's prediction was 3-1 to West Ham. So maybe I'm not the only one. You know, when I was doing my predictions to myself earlier, I was seeing everyone was going Forest. You know, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one going with a West Ham one. Okay. Even Manish looked 2-0 West Ham. Chris has gone 1-0 to West Ham, same as me. West Ham 2, Robin Hood's Mary Men 2. Okay, goals galore, says Stephen. Moyes still right man to keep West Ham up, but he's on brink. Yeah, exactly. What's this website called? One you're on, I forgot. It's worldfootball.net. It's actually really good. Like I said, shout out to Kenny. He was the one who told me about it. Like I said, you can, do your predictions, put them in. You can even do the whole season if you wanted to. I did do it in the Championship actually the other day of Luton, and we actually got fourth. And I wasn't even being biased. There was a couple of games there where I said we'd draw, not necessarily get a win. I think I even said one loss at some point, 1 or 2 losses. So, yeah, well, maybe not. I'll probably said more than that, but, I definitely said a couple. So, yeah, man, it's good. And, like I said, I like to do it for here because it's good to use, man. But, yeah, moving on to the next game, the 5:30 game in the UK, AFC Bournemouth versus Manchester City. Now, Bournemouth getting a very good very good win, against Wolves, like I mentioned earlier. They're doing, they are starting to get a bit more down there, but they are getting some decent results out of late. A win at Wolves, and they got a draw to Newcastle. I think that was their last home game, actually, wasn't it? Man City obviously drew to Leipzig during the week. Leipzig were really good in the second half, by the way. I said 1-0 to City, so I was a little bit annoyed that I didn't get it right, but it's what it is. City, away have not been great. Obviously, that's back-to-back 1-1 draws against, teams you not expect them to beat, but they were favourites in, Obviously, Forest, we know this season is a difficult place to go. I didn't know they were unbeaten there for like 5 months or something. If I knew that, I would have probably said a draw. Leipzig, they're decent, but still you'd have thought maybe City edge it. Bournemouth, City need to get back to winning ways. Bournemouth, it's difficult because I think they'll still go down, but I think they'll put up a good fight. But yeah, I just think City will bounce back in this one, to be honest. I'm going to go Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 3. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with in that one. Chris has gone 4-0. Geez, so Stephen as well. Bournemouth still go down for me. Yep, I definitely agree. And then moving on to the 7:45 game in the on Saturday in the Premier League, or of course Premier League. So we're doing Premier League predictions. I will be doing a watch along to this. I'm not going to go Birmingham versus Luton because I went last year, and yeah, I'm not really too phased in that sense. I can still watch the game, do you know what I mean? But I'm probably doing match reaction to that. But because I'll have time, because this game's at 7:45. Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace taking on Liverpool. Liverpool obviously had that disappointing, result, obviously in the Champions League. I can't see us coming back. We have to, 3-0 without them. We have to score 3 without them scoring. I just can't see that, especially at the Bernabeu. All focus for me now is on top 4. We have to go all out for it. Obviously, this is a double game week for us as well. So, and I think we have got 2 games that we could win. I'll be honest. Probably be difficult, but I think we can win them. Taking on Palace. Palace have been very inconsistent this season. Obviously, Liverpool haven't been great. We know that. But in the league, they're starting to, get the swing of things going. The last 2 games, obviously, won both. 2-0 as well, clean sheet. It will be difficult, though, because we know what Selhurst Park's atmosphere can be like. I always big up the Palace fans for their atmosphere. It's going to be rocking. 7:45 kickoff. Like I said, I don't know the last time we saw that in the Premier League. Obviously, it was earlier on in the season, but I can't really remember when it was exactly. I'm feeling confident. We can get some sort of result, to be honest, especially with how inconsistent Palace have been this season. What I will do is obviously go through my lineup that I would go with in this game. So let me just share the screen and get that up if it does want to work. Let me read your comments while it's loading. Stephen's gone 2-1 to Palace. Interesting. I always fear going to Palace. They have best fans in league, hostile place to go to. Everyone drops points there whenever we win now. I'm relieved. Exactly. Look at United, not too long ago. I know it's a brilliant free kick, but, they dropped 2 points there. So, yeah, Chris put in his lineup and prediction. I'll go through the lineup once I've done mine. And obviously, predictions I'll go later on. So, in goal, obviously, Alisson. Did have a mare the other day, but at the same time, I don't think him or Gomez helped themselves. Gomez shouldn't have passed it back. Well, yeah, he should have passed it back to him, but it wasn't a great pass back to him. Alisson, I don't know why he tried playing it back to him. He should have played it to Van Dijk. But it is what it is. He still saved us so many times this season from, going on to lose games. I think I saw this thing. If it weren't for him making the saves he does at times this season, we'd be like 14th or 15th. It's just not good enough. It just proves how crap the defence has been this season. So, yeah, Trent right back, though. Left back, I actually thought Robertson, even though obviously we conceded 5, I thought Robertson was all right the other day. That clearance off the line was brilliant. Defence, personally, what I would do, people, right? I would go Gomez, which might sound mad to people. I'd go Gomez against Palace, and then I'd go Matip against Wolves in midweek. So, yeah, Van Dijk. And then CD at midfield. He's probably still not on here, is he? Bajcetic. No. So midfield, I go Bajcetic as a CDM. I'll probably go unchanged midfield, to be honest, from what it's been in the last couple of games. And that is obviously Bajcetic, Henderson, and Fabinho. What is going on with this? Right, let me try and sort this out. Fabinho, right wing, Salah. Up front, I would go. Who would go up front? I'll go Gakpo. Starting to swing into things now, and I'd go Nunes. Nunes got 2 out of 2. He's doing all right. You could say Jota and Firmino. Personally, I'd go with them both against Wolves, to be honest. Especially Jota against Wolves. Obviously used to play for him. And Bobby, I'll go with him against Wolves, to be honest. So the lineup I'd go with against Wolves, because I'm not going to, when we get into it later, I'll just go into predictions straight up. So I'd literally go this lineup, but the changes I'd make is Matip in for Gomez, and then Jota for Nunes, and then Firmino for Gakpo. Other than that, the lineup would be how it'd be. How I'd go with, unless anyone obviously gets injuries. Touch wood, they don't. So yeah, that's the lineup I'd go with. As for a score prediction, like I said, I'm confident we can get a result, to be honest with you. Palace been very inconsistent this season. Like I said, I know Liverpool haven't been great, but I think in the Premier League, it's starting to get results kicking. Won the last 2 in the Premier League. It will be tight. I do think that. And I believe this was the exact same scoreline last year at Palace. 2-1, if I'm correct. I believe to win it. I did do a watch long to it. Yeah, I think it was 2-1. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I'm going to back Liverpool to make it 3 out of 3 in the league. Your predictions. Chris's lineup as well. Let's see if it's similar to mine. Alisson, yeah. Trent, yeah. Matip, Van Dijk. Okay, yeah. So it's basically you'd make them changes. That I would, pretty much what I would do. Bar obviously your midfield there's Milner in as well. I mean, Milner's been alright the last few games he's come on. I can't lie, especially against Newcastle. Keita, you go Keita. Okay, interesting. Salah, Firmino, Jota. Okay, fair enough. 2-1 Liverpool, same as me. People are saying Liverpool are finished as a club. I don't feel like they are. I think they're just having an awful season, but they'll be back. Yep, no, I totally agree, mate. I totally agree. It's a 7th season thing. Like, I don't want to, like, it is, because you've seen it everywhere we've gone. But I'm not on this, Klopp out or anything stupid like that. Look at everything he's done for the club. Do you know what I mean? And no one's seen what he's done in the 8th season. He could go on a madness. We don't know. But we do need midfielders. And like I keep saying, people, something that does annoy me about him is his stubbornness, and relying on these players that are not good enough. Stealing a wage. Why is Oxlade-Chamberlain still at this club? Yeah, Keita's been all right the last couple of times he started or come on, etc. But he doesn't want to be at the club. So, no, mate. You know what I mean? No. We need to change that midfield ASAP. Yeah? Well, I'll say ASAP, but we can do it now. In the summer. Yeah? No excuses. No excuses. You want to compete and be back up there, there needs to be change. So, yeah. I still think Trent is a weak link. Yeah, the thing that does annoy me sometimes is because he wants to attack, get them crosses in. Sometimes he's just he's just so far up that it's just exploit, and it brings. This is another thing which I don't help. Guys, is sometimes he's got to run up to where Trent should be, and it just doesn't help us because we just exploit it even more. So I'd agree with that. To be fair, to a certain extent. I think Nunes Gakpo played versus Wolves. Okay, fair enough. No, it's 3-1. Okay, it's 3-1, yeah. Oh, I remember Fabinho scoring a penalty. But yeah. They need midfielders. Exactly. Ox is still because nobody's stupid enough to have him. Facts. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and even my dad was like, who would take him? But I think there's teams in, not anyone like I don't want to sound disrespectful, but not any bigger team would take him, but I think a couple of teams in the Prem would, lower end. To be honest with you, I've seen him when he's been with us, been linked with other teams and that, like the West Hams, etc. I think they'd take someone like that now. To be honest, even with the position they're in, I think they would. Don't help when he has Gomez next to him. Salah don't track back. Yeah, Salah don't track back. That's annoying. Henderson legs gone. Yeah. Me personally, I know a lot of people on this, get rid of Henderson train. I'm not really on that. Obviously, I don't want to see him start as much as he does nowadays, but I think keep him as a rotational player. I think what we should do is hopefully, even though he's been all right last few games, we need to change it up. See, when Milner retires or whatever, then Henderson sort of turns into the Milner role. I wouldn't mind that personally. Something similar to that. I see Ox at Brighton potentially. He'll want a wage. Yeah, but there'll be teams stupid enough to give him one. Look at flipping Nottingham Forest with Lingard. I could see Ox maybe go somewhere like there, especially if they stay up, which I believe they will now anyway. Henderson is now Milner come off bet. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hendo, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I believe Hendo's still got it a little bit, but I just don't want to see him play as much as we do see him play. Like I say, I wouldn't mind keeping him as a rotational player. A lot of people say get rid of him. I wouldn't. Like I say, for me, I don't mind keeping him as another option, to be honest. But yeah, let me just put postponed over the United Brentford game, and then obviously the last game. Obviously, of the game week, then the rescheduled games, and then I'll get into my League Cup final prediction. Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. Obviously, a London derby, another derby that can get heated between the fans. Tottenham have not beat Chelsea for time. I think, when was it? I want to say it's 2017. They haven't scored against Chelsea at their new stadium. If there is a time to beat Chelsea, though, with the way Chelsea are going, it is now. Chelsea, not really confident, lost to Southampton. A lot of people saying Potter out now. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I'm sounding depressed like I care. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. But yeah, this one, like I said, if there is a time for Tottenham to win, it is now. But I can just see Tottenham doing a classic Tottenham and just bottling it, to be honest. I don't think they'll lose, but I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Now, I did say they'd draw 1-1 to West Ham, and they didn't. They ended up beating them. But I don't know, just that record they have against Chelsea as well. I know Chelsea fans won't be confident going into it, but I could just see them getting something. You know, sometimes when you're not confident for your team to get something, they do. You know, I've seen that with plenty of teams in the Championship, even the Premier League at times. You know, look at last week, for example. Despite Forest having that home form, a lot of people thought it would end against City, and it didn't. So, you know, things like that. I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1. Obviously, this is the 1:30 game. Obviously, it's because of the League Cup final on the Sunday, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1 in that one. Your predictions. Our fans have short memories of Henderson. Yeah, facts. Tottenham 2-0 Chelsea. Okay, fair enough. Predicting Tottenham is like predicting the weather. Facts. Poor London derby, both in dire form. Lacklustre Spurs. Yeah, okay, so you got 1-1 as well, so I'm not the only one that's thinking that. And then moving on to the rescheduled games. They are from game week 7. Obviously, only 2 of them are being played next week. And I'll start off with the first one, Arsenal versus Everton. Obviously, Arsenal want to keep the momentum going. This is going to be a difficult away day for Everton. Obviously, they played each other not too long ago. Obviously, Dyche's first game, obviously, we all know Everton won that 1-0. But this is away at the Emirates. Arsenal will be, you could say, seeking revenge in that sense. Yeah, I think Arsenal will win this one, to be honest. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. Go 2-0 to Arsenal in that one. I could see him getting a clean sheet. Haiti and everyone, you see us conceding 1, huh? I hope so, but it looks like Liverpool gave up defending for Lent. I think in the league, mate, I think, you know, obviously all focus will be on the league now. I think we'll be all right, mate. I think we'll be all right in the league. You know, all focus on that, trying to get in the top 4. Palace have been very inconsistent this season. Like I say, I know we haven't been great, but last couple of games we've been getting results in the league. So, you know, and like I said, full focus will be on that. So I'll back us 2-1, yeah. Arsenal 1-0 Everton. Dyche will make it very ugly game. Yeah, fair enough. Could see that as well. Could be one of them famous 1-0 where Arsenal have to grind it out. Could see that, to be fair. Gooners, Dyche factor. Oh, you reckon Everton will win at Arsenal? Jeez, that would be mad. We do play well usually at Selhurst. Yeah, we do as well. I think we're unbeaten. Saw this thing. We're unbeaten in like the last 11 against Palace or something. Last time they beat us was 2017. Obviously, they were the last team to beat us at Anfield with fans until, you know, recent times and etc. Until Leeds. So yeah. Vieira needs more backing by the board at Palace. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But yeah, obviously the next game, Liverpool versus Wolves. Like I said, lineup. The only changes I'd make from Palace is obviously Matip in for Gomez, Jota on the left, Firmino in the middle. How do I feel going into this one? Yeah, confident. Liverpool will get revenge on Wolves. Obviously, again, these two sides didn't play too long ago. Wolves absolutely tore us apart. Obviously, we did knock them out of the FA Cup. So you could say they were seeking revenge in that sense. But yeah, I think Liverpool win this one as well. You know, I think, like I said, everything will go all out on the league. Obviously, if Wolves do lose this, it'll be like their 3rd loss in a row. Obviously, if they do lose the game tomorrow night as well. But yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool to win. I do think it'll be a close one, though. I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 to Liverpool in that one. Another 2-1, actually. Back-to-back 2-1 wins, I reckon, for us. Then we lost 8 in a row at Anfield. Yeah. Liverpool 2-0 Wolves. Yeah, fair enough, mate. That would be my other prediction in that sense. 1-1, says Stephen. Or I'd be quite disappointed with that. I can't lie. But yeah, let's calculate the table. And then obviously I'll get into my League Cup predictions. Spencer's gone 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 seems to be the popular prediction. So obviously Arsenal would be top of the league, 5 points clear. City will obviously be second. United, obviously, would be third still. You know, them three. Probably I'd say they're nailed on to get top three. You know, look how many points they are of Tottenham. If Tottenham draw like I think they will, you know, yeah, you know, 7 points. Newcastle fifth. Liverpool jump up to sixth. So this is what I mean. You know, get a couple of results going, and you know, we're climbing up there. You know, we'd only be 2 points off Tottenham. You know, even if Tottenham won, you know, obviously we would be, what's it called? My memory's gone missing. Like flipping, we'd only be 4 points. It'd be 4 points. Obviously Fulham would be seventh. You know, Brighton would be eighth. Brentford ninth. Chelsea 10th. Aston Villa 11th. Crystal Palace 12th. Nottingham Forest 13th. Leicester City 14th. West Ham would jump up to 15th. Obviously, the points are still very tight, though. Wolves 16th. Everton just above the relegation zone. Bournemouth would jump into the relegation zone. And Leeds and Southampton would still be the bottom two. So, yeah, that would be the table if results go the way I think. It's going to your comments. Funny, I fear going to Palace, yet Palace last win at Selhurst was 3-1 win in 2014. Barini and Lambert up front at good times. Yeah, Palace also, actually, I didn't mention it. They haven't actually got a win in 2023 now. We know what that felt like a couple of weeks ago until we beat Everton. So, yeah, there's also that. With a game in hand, says Spencer. Yeah, exactly. Game in hand as well. Above top, over Tottenham and that. So, yeah, no, true say. Whenever I see Chelsea that low, I always laugh thinking about Hanno. Oh, dear. Big up to Hanno. There's just some Chelsea fans I don't like. Yeah, if you know, you know. Top three are pretty solid, I think, at this point. Top four is probably between Fulham, Newcastle, Liverpool. But, yeah, a lot of teams in the top four race, 100%. But, yeah, I think top three is nailed on for me. Just don't know what order. Might remain like that. United could maybe jump over City. It's interesting. But yeah, there you go. They are my predictions for game week 25 and the rescheduled midweek games / double game week, whatever you want to call it. What I'll get into now is just quickly do my League Cup final prediction. Obviously, 2 teams in the Premier League are taking it on in the League Cup final. Now, if this was a couple of weeks ago, you'd be confident in Newcastle. Newcastle, no, it's a final though. Anything can happen. Obviously, a lot of the neutrals will want Newcastle to win. Rival fans, etc. People, you know, like that. But United, they've started getting form going. They're just looking really good at the moment. I think Karius might be in goal. He hasn't played in goal for I think it's 1 or 2 seasons. And that was at Union Berlin. Well, I don't even think he done great there. He only played 4 games. League Cup games, they tend to be tight, finals. You look at last season, Liverpool-Chelsea, 0-0, went to penalties. They seem to be that one goal if someone does win. You look at FA Cup finals as well, 1-0 when Leicester won against Chelsea. I do think there'll be a little bit more goals in this one, but just the way United have been, just see them doing it. Obviously, if they do win, this will be their first trophy in 6 years. Newcastle, if they win, it'll be their first trophy in too long. Do you know what I mean? I just think the way United have been, I can see them edging it, to be honest. But I think it's going to be a really good game. I will be doing a watch-along to it on the channel. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United. That is my League Cup final prediction. And United will win a trophy for the first time in 6 years. So, yeah, let's go through your comments. Did it do it? But, hey, we're not in top 4 race, apparently. Brentford are in it despite us being above them. Yeah, I know, mate. It's madness, isn't it? I think the Spurs will spur it up as usual. And I don't think Newcastle has a depth to stay in the top 4. Yeah, fair enough. I think United win 2-1. Yeah, 2-1's a popular prediction. Everyone that's predicted this game that I've seen has literally said 2-1, I swear. I don't like Hippie Ainsworth. No, I like Queen's Park Rangers on that day. Carriers might turn up. Yeah, I mean, I want him to obviously do well and sort of redeem himself in that sense. You know, he's going to see that Casemiro's going to be there. Obviously, Varane as well. We're obviously there in that final. It could be memories in that sense, not very good ones, but I want him to play well. But I don't know. He ain't played football for ages, so I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see. I don't think he'll be as shocking as that final, but I just think, I don't know, he might be a bit rusty, you know what I mean? And I just think the way United have been at the moment, it's just hard to bet against them. Like I said, I know it's a final, anything can happen, 50-50, but both fans have been brilliant support. I know that for a fact. I'm going to start saying it live on here now because I really do think it. I think teams from the Northeast bring the best support in the whole country. I'm not going to lie. You know, look at teams in the Championship as well. Sunderland, Middlesbrough, they always bring good support, especially where they're located as well. You know, most of the time they've got to travel far, and they always bring great support. But yeah, like I said, I believe both teams will bring brilliant support. United's atmosphere will be similar to today's. They do have a good record at Wembley as well, United. So go United 2-1 in this one. Stephen's got 3-2. That would be crazy. Realistically, I think 2-1 United. Yeah, like I said, that seems to be the popular prediction in this one. Teams from the North bring brilliant support. There's a few Southern ones, but yeah, there's not really too much, I'll be honest. But yeah, there we go with that one. They are everything, people. They are my Game Week 25 predictions, plus the rescheduled games, plus League Cup final prediction. So yeah, man, big up to everyone that's tuned in. Massively appreciated. Apologies that I was late. Obviously, my laptop was doing up Mertesacker business. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, big up to everyone that's tuned in. We're currently on 12 likes. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Be much appreciated. Any new subscribers? Let's have a little look. No new subscribers today. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. And I know people watch this back on playback. That would be much appreciated if you could smash a like there. Subscribe to the channel if you are new with the notification bell on. That would also be much appreciated. Big up Lewis for the super chat as well. Much appreciated. Like I said, I did receive payment finally from YouTube again yesterday, so that was boss. Like I said, massive shout out to you guys sending in super chats, watching the channel, you know, interacting with the streams, commenting, liking, all of that. It helps more than you lot know, trust me. So yeah, thank you all for that. And yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow. Championship predictions pre-recorded, and then the Hatter Show, obviously getting into the Burnley game and then previewing Birmingham with my dad. So yeah, make sure you tune into them. Like I said, championship predictions video will be a pre-recorded video. Sorry, Hatter Show will obviously be live like always. Do you get paid for people watching? Yeah, because it helps with the interaction and that sort of thing. It helps with the interaction, watch hours, etc. So yeah, you do. You do, mate. T was late, shocking. But it was actually my laptop today. I actually tried to be on time. Not that I don't anyway, but you know, it just kept playing up. So one of them. But yeah, want to follow me across any of my socials? Link to them are in the description. Big up to Manish, who started following me on Twitter and Instagram. All of that, like I said, they are clickable links. So yeah, you want to follow me? There you go. I don't really use Twitter, I'll be real, but yeah, Instagram, I use that a lot, obviously to post these streams, you know, when I'm getting them out and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, and then subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Me and Hanno are trying to get some content out on that channel soon. Not sure what as of yet. Let us know. Let us know what type of content you'd want to see, because we are trying to think. Hanno did put something out, like a little poll sort of thing. Well, not a poll, so that's answering questions, but he put a thing out saying, what do you want to see? I don't know if anyone actually replied to it. So, yeah, man, let us know. Let us know what you would want to see on there. It can literally be anything. Do you know what I mean? Just no madness, of course. So, yeah, obviously, Stephen, buzzing to see the Hatter Show, like he always is. Yeah, man, back again. You know, obviously, you know, we've looked a bit more into the Burnley game. Obviously, me and my dad did watch it together. Yeah, we should have took our chances. I'll get more into it tomorrow, but at the same time, that referee was a knob. Stand by that. So, yeah, people. But, yeah, that is where I'm going to wrap it up. Otherwise, I get too vexed. So, yeah, don't forget to smash a like, all of that, subscribe, all of that, notification bell on, all of that. And, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. 4 championship predictions pre-recorded and the Hatter Show. So, yeah, till next time, take care and peace. Come on, Liverpool. Get 2 out of 2 this week. Come on, make it 4 out of 4 in the league.